ASL Challenger League Group Stage Round of 32.
Alrighty, we are back here, and we are on Way Station and the long spawns on Way Station. And I can hear you rumbling around. But in either case, down here at the, there you go, down in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the purple Terran player who is trying to claw his way back and impress his grandma, who has secretly told me he was adopted. It is
Khloe.
And his opponent, spawning to the top left-hand side of the map, we have the light blue Zerg. Currently teamless, it is
Cydinora.
Alrighty, and Cydinora is going out for that drone scout to see what's going on in Khloe's base. Khloe is building gas and barracks there. Cydinora has gone, for the hatch first.
Yep.
Which is pretty good, especially in these positions. There's not much they could do to punish that. And drone gets in before the block off.
So she'll spot the gas, she'll identify as more than likely a Reaper opening.
Yeah.
She'll be able to react according to that. So I would expect to see her throw down pool and gas shortly.
Yeah, it does have the pool part at least. And it has the drone kind of trapped in the base off to the corner. Reapers rallied to it to clear him out. And yeah, there's a gas for Cydinora as well.
Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you. It does sound like you're desperately trying to hold that together.
Yeah, I've only got one earphone working.
Okay, Reaper.
That's
Reaper will pick up the drone. Yeah. Khloe is going for the command center. And Barracks running off to put down a reactor as well. So we'll just be the single Reaper scout for now.
Yep. And I would imagine a factory should be going down. The resources are there for it.
Yeah, you would certainly think so. No, it's going to be that 2 barracks again. So yeah, I'm not sure why he gets that much gas early. He does eventually get a factory, but it is these barracks that come out first usually.
Yep.
Will they get a drone here? Cydinora is trying to pull it away. He's trying to identify which one is which. Does get it, and the Reaper will. Yeah, we'll skedaddle. He's got. Did he get 2? He's got 2 kills. Oh yeah, there was the drone in the main base, of course.
And that Reaper is finally going to get pushed away.
Yep.
No more damage to get done.
And
Khloe finally slowed down the factory.
Yes. Speed is on the way for Cydinora.
Yep. So what do you think the general game plan is going to be of the players this game?
It seems hard to tell, but I think Khloe's just going to go with a series of pushes with bio and maybe some tanks. I think it'll be fairly straightforward pushes. He's done some drops throughout these games, but the drops have not generally done critical damage. But he just seems to take a fairly conventional, make a composition and move forward. Cydinora, I would like to see play a lot more economically. Yeah. Like a third hatch by now sort of thing, but it does look like she's going up to lair and teching instead.
Yeah, I would imagine she's going to stay on lair tech for quite a while this time and try and do damage with a Lingbane Muta composition.
Yeah, I would think so. I mean, that's probably what's best for this map. The mobility is there, and Yeah, you can just control a whole lot. There's a lot of air around the map that you can attack with,
it's a lot
and
of
you can
dead
just
space.
control the center with it. And her creep, as we've mentioned a few times, is really good. So if she can control that and know where to be, then having that mobile army is going to be more beneficial, I think.
Definitely.
And one thing we haven't gotten a lot out of from Khloe, which you could kind of metagame a little bit, but I don't know if she will, is Khloe doesn't really build Marauders.
True.
Like until he has to, but it's still not necessarily the best composition to go roach or
In
something.
the same sentence,
Yeah,
Cydinora didn't really build that many banelings early on either.
yeah, no, that's true as well.
So it's kind of, we'll just have to wait and see how this.
And
kinda
she's got
goes
no
with this.
baneling nest yet. The hatchery is third hatchery is going down,
And
but
no
her
spire.
drone count's still really low. Yeah,
So that early layer's not yet been made use of.
yeah. If you're not going to use it right away, you kind of shouldn't get it unless you scouted something like, Cloak Banshee or something. But just blindly to do it, it's a lot of resources. She's going for the archer build. Two spines around the spawning pool.
Evidently, she watched Chloe's games and knows that drops are a big part of his play.
Yeah, and two spawns behind the natural as well. But drone count kind of coming up, but it's still very much on par with what Chloe's is.
Yep. I think Cydinora should maybe take a fourth as well just now.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Go for it.
If you find yourself, like as a general rule as a Zerg, if you find yourself with several hundred minerals that you can't spend, then you should put a hatchery down.
Yep. Either put it at a mineral line or make it a background hatch.
Yeah. It's you can't really go wrong. It's automatic larvae that you're gonna get. It's not like a base like everyone else. The hatchery is also your production facility, so you want as many larvae as possible. And if you know that you're not, like, obviously these people are not going to be injecting like GMs or something, so you need more larvae than the average person because you're going to have more money that you can't spend.
Now, interestingly, Khloe has an armory, which I don't really understand what it's for because there are no Hellions for Hellbats, and he's certainly not going mech.
Yeah, he's getting. Where's his others?
Just seems to be.
Yeah, he's got 2 tanks, but yeah, I mean, I guess he'll upgrade everything. But I don't know.
Things.
He did before too. He went for the plus, both upgrade paths, but he tended to do them a lot later. This is actually sooner than he was doing them before.
Yep. We actually have quite a swell of units just now from Cydinora, as well as the 2-2 on the way. So we could be seeing some kind of nice Ling Bane timing. But she hasn't built any bases as of yet. Unless I'm mistaken. She can build a spire?
No, yeah, you can't usually do them without that. She's getting the baneling nest itself. But yeah, definitely a spire should be down at this point. She's got so much money.
Yeah.
That she can't spend. That she's just not spending. These lings are going to run out. They could come in and just cancel the third. I want to see where she is going to go.
That's what they should do.
Yeah, that would be the ideal situation. I hope she just doesn't run it in because this will melt. It will be a baneling. A lot of banelings, and I don't know that this is going to be.
Check the third. Come on, that's basic.
Yeah, against. Unless this is meant to run into the third, but I'm worrying that it's not.
No, you wouldn't build banelings to run into the third.
Yeah, he's. I hope he is he going to unseat these tanks at a horrible time. He's going to be going up for a 2-tank drop. She is going to the third. This is excellent. This is excellent.
Keeping the banelings back.
This is what you want to do. Yeah, the banelings could stop any SCVs from or stop Marines from just charging for it and stopping.
So that was good. Got a fair few worker kills. Quite a lot of worker kills there.
Yeah.
But definitely think going into the natural here is suicide. Especially without Baneling speed in 2-2. Once they finish, by all means.
Yeah, we've got
You'll still die.
This tank-filled marine drop coming across. It's coming into the third base, but there's like five spine crawlers and just craziness. There's no spore on that side, but this is kind of a lot.
Still dropping.
Yeah. Yeah, he's just gonna go for it. One siege tank goes down. The second spine crawler goes down.
Queen goes down 3.
Yeah, it's just kind of gonna overpower it. The Lings will run in to try and clean this up.
Oh, beautiful position, getting all that friendly fire on the tank.
Yeah.
And those medivacs have to retreat.
Yeah, so it does get stopped, but not before killing a number of drones.
And Spire finally coming down, as well as Hives.
Good.
So we're going to be seeing
she's
that.
Got so much money banked that this could be an explosion of army. But I don't know. She is getting 4th base.
Yep.
Khloe's turned that one into his 3rd into a planetary, and now getting SCBs there as well.
I would love to see Cydinora take half the map just now with that amount of money.
Yeah, that amount of money and this much creep, you're going to see what's coming. You could start building on his side of the map, basically.
Macro hatches, just anything.
Mm-hmm.
Her unit production is really, really low because obviously her injects aren't as good as it could be. But having a couple of macro hatches would offset that.
Yeah, there is one coming in the main now, so that's good. So she'll be up to 5 hatches to work off of. Mutas are obviously coming out in number.
Yep. And mutas are actually really, really nice against this kind of marine tank composition.
Yeah,
because while the Marines are trying to deal with the Lings and Banelings at the front, you can swing in behind with your Mutalisks and you can pick off tanks really, really easily.
Yeah, so 16 of them out. We're going to have Khloe stepping onto the creep. There's not a huge Ling Bane force though, and that is concerning. Khloe's army is just so much bigger right now.
Yep.
Just ridiculously
what
bigger.
Is that stim for?
I don't know what that stim was. I don't know what he's looking for. But he's looking for something.
He's moved on to the creep, and I guess he was expecting an attack.
Yeah.
But Zerg's seen you siege your tanks, man.
Yeah, she's not going to go into that.
She's just going to build as many units as possible.
A scan would be good to clear this creep up, and yeah, healing the army back up, but that does drain energy, which can get you later for sure.
Yep.
These mutas in this forest kind of stand there, just leapfrogging forward, but still just so much on creep. You don't know where your attack's going to come from. Okay, you will move a marine to the seats. No, moving it back to the. I was going to say to the Zelnaga tower, but it doesn't.
Here we go. Nope. This is like a game of chess.
Yeah.
Just now. But both players only have pawns.
Where she could come back in and start to attack these tanks with the mutas from behind.
I think that's what's about to happen.
Yeah.
And that'll
just
build the Marines
right
back.
when they're stemming up here, she could attack. Boom.
And sheds.
And she'll get 1 or 2 at least. Has to get out in time, and does. Pretty good pickup. Just 2 tanks, basically for free.
The
rest of the army now thinking of coming in. The Marines in the back doing good, but big Baneling hits there. And this is a lot of Lings, but it's also a lot of Marines. And without the Banelings, I don't know about this. Looks like she will clean it up, though.
She's got that?
Yeah, he's picking up and has to get out of there. And she definitely made a huge pickup at that fight. I mean, that was like a 75 supply turnaround just in that engage.
And now, the Hive stun, she has 3-3 on the way.
Yeah, so many options.
Coming in. An Ultralisk Cavern would be nice, I guess.
Yeah,
because once again, it's just all reactors. There's 1 tech lab on the barracks.
She's got to be taking more gas, though. At her 3rd base, one of them's not being used. It was one that was destroyed by the drop. Her 4th base, not mining there. And it's going to be the gas that holds her back on her options.
Yeah.
Minerals, obviously, for both players are fine. Khloe, not just nowhere near macroing enough. Like, once again, all the production facilities absolutely dormant with 6,000 minerals. Muta Flock, pretty big one. Will oh my god, if he catches oh my god. That is the worst case scenario that's ever happened. We'll catch all these. Get them. Yep.
Wow.
So much dead just in a second there. And there's nothing now to stop these mutas.
That's GG.
That is GG. I mean, you catch the entire army trying to doom drop you in open air where it can't even drop. Like, yeah, that's kind of game ending, and it will be. So, yeah, I don't even know what to say about that. That's the worst luck, I guess. Lynx will come in, flooding the position.
Go to swing in.
Banelings could detonate on whatever the hell they want.
Just no chance for Khloe this game.
Yeah, so Khloe does have to tap out. That's unfortunate.
One game away from being out of ASL is the Purple Terran from Team Genus.
Khloe.
And up here on the top right-hand side, looking to close this one out and move on to the round of 16, it is our teamless pink Zerg player. It is...
Cydinora.
Alrighty, drone coming out to scout again. I'm wondering who chat is rooting for or betting on this time around. If you're for Cydinora, I want to see that Cydinora hype train going. And if you're for Khloe, I want to see shouting, "I love Grandma."
The Grandma hype train.
Yeah, gotta get that Grandma hype train. That's the key. Looks like he's opening reasonably the same. Barracks and gas.
Yep.
Not the best Reaper map, but still you can get one, take a poke around, see what's going on. Cydinora looking to expand first.
Yep. Catch first from Zerg.
Yep.
And, yep, just fairly standard. Exact same openings as all previous games so far.
Yeah, and the little adaptation goes in, checks the gas, and just gets out before she gets trapped in.
Yep, perfectly.
And pool coming down.
And a gas is Cydinora. Going to get a gas. Do that kind of speedling aggression that we've kind of thought she was going to do every game, but never did.
Exactly, but doesn't do.
Or is she going to skip the gas and just get lots of minerals?
Could do it. So far that's the case. Not grabbing it. And usually you would by now.
I like that decision.
Yeah. Yeah, there hasn't been early attacks by Khloe either. It's other than that Reaper. There's been nothing like that coming out, so there's no real reason unless you see something odd.
Factory or an expansion? Expansion first.
Expansion, yeah. It's been pretty much the same. And this will probably be a reactor. Yeah.
Yep. So overpops the Reaper. He's going to get in. He's going to see that there's gas mining. If he clicks on it and realizes it's just started, he'll know he's got quite a long time before speed can possibly be out.
Yeah. The Queens are, of course, on the way. Yeah. So you can do in terms of drones this time. Does get one. Going after a second. Chasing on in, too. Yeah. We'll
get a bit greedy with
finish off a third, yeah. We'll finish off a third. And then be able to get out, I think.
Like, that's something I don't see a lot anymore, or something that I don't get to do a lot more on ladder. Kill drones with a Reaper.
Yeah.
Just doesn't happen.
Especially when they do that, like they withdraw into the mineral line, and then your Reaper kind of steps forward, and you get swarmed. That's kind of why you do that, but she didn't.
Yeah, it's even just they'll build a structure with them. They'll take a gas geyser and then just cancel it.
Yeah,
save the drone.
Yeah, it's really hard to actually kill him. Did you see Suppy's play the other day at Red Bull?
I didn't know if I watched it yet.
It was really good. He made, so there's a single Reaper in, and he had a drone that was about to die, pulled another drone, and he had two lings. He made a spore crawler really close to his hatchery, and the Reaper got trapped between the building spore crawler, the drone, and the 2 lings and died.
Wow.
It was you couldn't do it on purpose, but it was perfect. That was against like Bolt too, I think. So
wow.
Yeah, really good.
I've not been watching any of the Red Bull stuff yet.
It was a pretty good tournament.
Is it done?
Yeah, it is done. It was over this past weekend. But really fun stuff. A lot of smack talks between players. You should look at some of the VODs. Some of the games are really quite good.
Definitely try to.
So yeah, we've got Airport. Yeah. Yeah. Get away, Reaper. Speed is about to finish, but there's only going to be the 1 ling, and he's not going to get him.
But now with Speed, can chase
Cydinora up to Lair yet again. Baneling us Lair.
Yep.
Yeah, I really want to see quicker thirds out of her. Because if there's a failing, it's the economy just slowing her down so much. If she had more drones, had more base, and had more gas, because she's so constrained by the gas that she has. The minerals tend to be alright, because she can't spend them because she doesn't have gas. And she's not mining from the second gas in the main yet either. Okay, yep. Now I think moving up for a third.
Is that Reaper finally getting shut down by these lings?
Yes.
And I guess we just transition into the mid game now.
Yeah, I guess
have a base up.
Yeah, Khloe getting these medevacs yet again. Only Marines out with it.
And it looks like Cydinora taking her third.
Widow Mines, it looks to be his choice this time around.
Yeah, I think that's a better choice considering the style that Cydinora plays.
Unfortunately, really big supply block on him just now. Has to throw a couple depots down at the same time. Like, to get supply block that badly this early really does hurt. You can't at all get what you want.
Yeah, definitely. Is that a second factory coming down?
Yes.
It's in a very strange position.
It definitely is. I guess it stops maybe a ling run by directly in, but it is a little way.
Yes, an engineering bay does that as well.
Yeah.
And it's cheaper. It doesn't cost gas.
A lot of things too.
But Cydinora, 4 gas would appear. Yep.
Yeah,
Lair,
which is better.
I would imagine Aspire should be coming down, but
it should. It was delayed last time for sure. But
have to wait and see what our decision is. We've got a drop now coming out from Khloe, and there's really very little units in order to defend us.
Yeah.
It's going to be 2 queens at the main.
Yeah, there's 5 lings on the entire map. This time there's a spore crawler there, but there is not the spine crawler, and a second drop will be coming to the third base as well, and I don't think she's going to be able to defend both at all.
No, I don't think so either.
She's going to have to just made a big round of 10 drones, which usually I would like, but not coming at the right time. Has to evacuate that base. The drop will stem into the main. And a bunch of lings being made, but they're going to do a lot of damage before this is done. He's opting to go after targets like the gas and the spore crawler instead of the drones, and I think this has to just be the drones.
Yep, that's what these kind of drops need to do damage against.
Yeah. We'll clean up the one there, but these ones in the main still just running free and picking up for to go right into the natural.
But now that there's a lings here, it should
they're going to be there.
Be cleaned up.
Yeah, so she'll stabilize from it, but that was a lot of damage certainly done. 28 workers have been killed from those 2 drops, and that shouldn't have been allowed to happen.
Yep. Her overlord spread is non-existent, which is kind of why she wasn't able to
I hope she
it.
doesn't. She's going to suicide these in. Just pure suicide. And now she's really on the back foot. A whole lot. Very, very much on the back foot, and that's unfortunate. She does still have the 3 hatcheries, can drone back up, as long as Khloe doesn't get aggressive.
which it doesn't look like.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he is.
Strange reason.
She's back up to 43 drones, still obviously behind Khloe, but he's not getting a third command center yet.
Yep, and 2-2 now coming down.
Yeah.
And
versus
once again,
upgrades.
Khloe doesn't even have engineering base.
Yeah.
So if Cydinora can survive another minute or two, she's going to
she'll be back on track.
Advantage. But another drop coming out.
Yeah.
Double drop. And once again, there's just nothing available to defend.
Yeah, even coming in the same area, no spine has been placed there. Making 10 lings at least. The spire is coming out, but it's so late. And 10 lings is not going to be enough to hold this at all.
You would need to all morph into Banelings like a minute out to defend
exactly. This. Yeah. And I think she's got to evacuate the main as soon as this drops, and she will see it. But this has got to be like evacuating. The lings will try and do some damage, but they're just
buying time for this next wave of lings.
Yeah. Yeah, and 30 are on the way. The drones do pull out, which is good. Does have to do that, and now he's picking up.
But they shouldn't be able to get any more damage done.
Yeah, not after the pickup. I kind of think he should have just stayed on the ground and maybe gone after like the spotting pool or something.
Yep.
Because these individual drops that won't do. That's not going to do damage.
Coming to drop behind the natural. We'll see the spire, but it's just going to hover there.
Yeah.
One of them going to, both of them
8 banelings coming in. Once this spire is up, there's going to be the ability to make like 15. I don't even know why he's dropping. He did just drop the forces, but she's going to be able to make like 15 or more mutas at the same time if she feels like it.
Yep, it's just, here we go. Like surge mutas anytime now.
Yeah, and it was those that really gave her the control last time, the ability to shut down these drops, pick them off full, and do a lot of damage. But a big force is moving out for Khloe across the map with Widow Mines, Marauders this time, and Marines, and I don't know that there's enough here. There's not that many banelings.
No.
We'll move up and in. 20 more lings are trying to come.
Oh no.
Attack will come in. Stand back. But those Widow Mines, there's just a cluster of them. Now, one good group of banelings into them will destroy them, but you need those banelings for other things.
And the Widow Mines did so much damage.
Yeah.
A lot of it was friendly fire though.
Yeah, they did do a lot of friendly fire there, which is important. Trying to get some more banelings up to hold this off.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but yeah.
Definitely not, because this attack's getting cleaned up.
Yeah, he is still like as a commanding supply lead, but yeah, I don't know. I guess I called that at the beginning of the night. Khloe will do some sort of banner move when he has not won the game. And that's that, basically.
Widow Mines.
Yeah. But yeah, she does have to clean the Widow Mines out of there. That's a lot of supply just sitting there that she could take care of completely. And it needs to go before the next attack. And it needs to go before these refresh each other. And it needs to go before that happens. She's got detection. She's got one. It's right by her forces, and she's not doing anything with it. Some of them are going to reset, and then here comes the death ball. She won't escape this one. 10 mutas are coming out, and unfortunately, that's not what you're going to need.
Yeah. Her creep spread's been way off this game as well.
Yeah, and the Widow Mines have fully reset. She didn't kill any of them. Yeah, this one's definitely Khloe's. Nice baneling hits, but it's just not enough, and mutas are not going to stop this.
Should be seeing a GG any second.
Yeah. We'll come in. I'm just wondering what she's pulling for. 24 lings in production. We'll try and come in with these. He's overstimming. Like a lot. But how many Marines are still in this?
Lots.
Yeah, we'll tap out. Yeah. Zerg player trying to close this one out. She won the first game, dropped that game due to drops, and it is
Cydinora.
And down here on the bottom right-hand side of the map, we do have our purple Terran player who's also trying to close this one out and carry on into the round of 16. It is going to be our Terran player from Genis. It is
Khloe.
Again, going for the same type of opening here so far. We've got just the supply depot placed down. Khloe will likely drop a barracks there. Cydinora going again for that drone scout to see if any shenanigans are going on. Gas going at the same time. So far, Khloe's been fairly predictable with these openings other than stuff like the battle cruiser rush. So he is more serious games, I guess. Or like less cocky games have been pretty standard, and Cydinora will scout around, see that everything is basically on the same path in terms of gas timing, and drop the hatchery down at her natural there. I do want to see more drones out of her, but also a little more defense around that 10-minute mark. So far, Khloe's kind of been like clockwork. Right at 10 minutes, you can expect 2 medevacs to be dropping somewhere, and that's been fairly consistent throughout these games. So if you don't have that defense up, and in the first game she had it up in spades, she had spines down, spores down in each base almost excessively so, but I'd rather overdo it than lose 28 drones that she did in the last game. And this map can be pretty droppable. There's a lot of area here for the medevacs to swing in, and we've seen Khloe come in exactly from this angle and drop right around this position, probably out from where you might put a spore or spine. Done that with a few different compositions, whether it be tanks or just pure bio coming. And again, pretty much the same things. What? Okay, I was going to say basically the exact same thing, but no, he didn't. He usually puts the command center down first, so we'll cancel those and get the command center out. So a little bit of a mistake there. Loses a few minerals in doing so, but won't be a huge deal. Didn't lose a lot of time in it anyway. The Reaper will swing on in, see what's going on in the base of Cydinora, and once again go after some drones. Little late on the pulling the injured ones away. That was a little bit better. He's trying to chase in after the red drones, gets 2 kills, and then backs right on out. Might have been able to stay a little bit longer, but the queens will pop at both bases, and a few lings will be coming out as well. Actually, 8 of them being made, so a few more than she has in the previous games, which I think is actually quite healthy in this situation. She doesn't want to be caught under defended as in the last game. Reaper will get away. Of course, no speed coming yet for Cydinora. She doesn't have the gas for it yet, and won't for a little while. So that Reaper can still live for some time, unless it gets caught like that. So a bit of inattention there, and the 4-ling's able to pick it up. That's actually a good early pickup. It lets you hide a few more things. And again, standard buildings being built in Khloe's main base here. We've got factory coming on top of the 2 barracks that he canceled earlier and is now remaking, also with the tech labs. So this is pretty much what we've seen so far. As Genesis mentioned a lot, and he knows a lot more about Terran, the engineering base have been really late out of Khloe. He's tended to get a lot of production out first before getting that. And it is a reactor this time, so I think he thought he was doing better with the Widow Mines than he was with the tank composition, and I think he's right on that. Cydinora didn't seem to know as well how to deal with the Widow Mines. She just kind of charged into them and let the mines lie where they lay. What's that doing? Okay, he's going to mine with this command center. He's actually rallied it to a mineral field. Okay, there we go. few more, I guess, drones coming out, but it does feel like she lags behind in these a bit. And a lot of it, there we go, is a better time third base. This one is pretty open, though, just on this map in general. But I'd like to see it a bit earlier from her, but that's fine. It's still a third and still early enough to get the economy up and going. And slightly better Overlord placement this time. Actually getting Overlord speed, and I like that. It's going to allow her to scout a lot better and pick up these drops, because that was the real big problem last time. So she's going to try and get them in different flight paths that he's tended to use. And I would like to see eventually some over in this area, as well as by the natural. I guess you guys can't see what I'm highlighting, but by between the third base and the main, back in that corner where he does like to drop. Baneling Nest is coming down for Cydinora as well, and she is once again going for that layer tech, but doing it in the natural this time around. Evo Chamber Wall is up, and again, getting that creep spread actually going a lot better this time around. As we saw in her first game, she was really, just most of the games in the night, that she's been really good at that, but that did get shut down a lot more, or either that or she just really wasn't doing it on overgrowth as much. Spines and Spores going in this far corner, as well as the Spire a lot faster this time around, which is great to see. And do we have this is usually the period of time. Yeah, the medevacs are available for Khloe, and this is what I'm saying, right around 10 minutes. Is actually a tiny bit later this time around, but right around 10 minutes is when he gets 2 out and he moves out for a drop. So it's very consistent, and it's good that her defense is kind of lined up with that. Maybe overdoing it a little bit, but it's better than losing 28 drones. So I ain't mad at her for it. This third is pretty exposed, but she does have Lings and Banes down in that position, and the medevacs will come in. Queens will maybe get a few shots at them, 1 or 2, and she'll be running right into, or he'll be running right into spore crawlers and have to back out of that position, possibly drop here behind the mineral line at the third. And we'll see what Cydinora's reaction time to that is. Only Marines here, has the Queens obviously. Good little connect to get that out. Damaging the medevacs and just kind of chasing it down. So this time the drops shut down fairly well. What I don't like so far is Cydinora's supply is half of what her opponent's is, and she's got a lot of money. I expect a lot of Mutalisks to come out, but you don't want to run that thin in case there is a big attack. The other thing is, with the Spire now finished, she's going to want to make a bunch of mutas, and unfortunately we see her making 10 overlords. You've got to line that up so that when your structure like that is done, you've banked all that money on purpose to make a bunch of Mutalisks, and then to have to say, okay, I'm going to wait for a whole ton of overlords to come out is really not helpful. That's just slowing everything down for you. And it's actually going to be 9 drones coming out instead of the Mutalisks. Which, yes, her economy was lighter than I wanted it to be, but also you've put down that tech, so you kind of want to get something out of it. Khloe, on the other hand, not going for a third base or anything yet. Instead, just continuing to increase that production. Does have the 2 engineering bays down. Is now riding at +1/+1. And Khloe at +1/+1, going up to the +2. I don't think there's a factory down, or an armory, sorry. And yeah, it is coming down in his main base to continue with that. But again, something that he wants to maybe work on lining up better. Quicker upgrades, as well as quicker +2 to make sure you're safe. And I think we're going to get route. Cydinora has not defended herself at all. And you know, 10 mutas coming out, it's too late now. There's not enough banelings on the map. There's only 3 of them out there. She has to turn all these into banelings immediately, and isn't. These mutas are not going to save you against this type of force. There are way too many Marines in here, and I think we're going to have Khloe kind of end things here, although he's delaying pretty long if +2 gets finished. But these have to be banelings. Lings are not going to do it, particularly if she fights into where these Widow Mines are positioned, and she cannot. These queens should back up into the 4th base, so she can almost bait him down to buy time. More banelings coming in, still not enough. Like, she's got 400 gas. I think that 400 gas has to be all into banelings. Khloe being a bit hesitant here. Widow Mines burrowing. Running a force forward, but not enough to trigger those. But does get to see what's going on. She really wants to set those off. There you go. That's a lot better. Getting friendly fire. This will set off the remainder, but that's a lot to lose for 1 mine. Coming in now, Baneling connects will be huge, and Khloe has been cleaned up here. Just way too much hesitation on that. He kind of had the engagement and then tossed it a bit. The Mutalisk will chase down the remainder of this, and there's no Marines left, just Marauders, but has to pull back before they catch up with these forces. But a really good cleanup there by Cydinora, but she's kind of got to remake Banelings, because you know that another attack will probably be following shortly after that. Khloe has established his 3rd base, and we get Cydinora not mining gas yet again from the 3rd or 4th, which does hurt her a lot. You can see the mineral's so much higher than the gas, and the gas is your lifeblood. That's what's letting you make mutas. That's what's letting you do this mass morph-in of Banelings. That's what you want to do. This time Khloe will swing around to the other side of the 4th base, and there's less creep spread over there. She is once again sending this out pretty well. Obviously lost some of the tumors in this position, but is actually respreading them, which is great, and will spread over to this side as well as putting some defense over there. So even though it's just a spore crawler for now, some people would forget about that you could be flanked on that side of things. Of course, this Overlord will just see that things are there. A little drop coming in does get cleaned up quite easily at the 3rd base. +3 melee attack and +3 carapace are coming out. She has gone up to Hive Tech already. I don't see an Ultralisk Cavern yet, but I expect that to be probably following shortly. She seems to like that path. Khloe will move on in to the 4th base, and things running forward, but they have to attack a little more coordinated than that. Morphing in some more Banelings behind the attack, which I like. And mutas, don't go in by yourself. Yeah. This all has to go together. Nice trying to do the Ling wrap up on everything. Can't really go too far off creep though, but Khloe doesn't really split exactly, and the mutas will probably can just clean up all this and try and get the medevacs there. I think that was a situation where she could have just taken it out, but apparently doesn't want to yet, given that they are only 1-1. But actually the Spire upgrades just about halfway through +1. Usually it'd have that a lot quicker. Does not. Ultralisk Cavern now down, getting the chitinous plating out and our chitinous plating. Gas is going to be the barrier, but at least she is now mining from the 3rd base. Still not from the 4th, which you would like, but can't win them all. And a little supply block there, which obviously you just never want, and loses the 4th base to just a snipe with those remaining Marauders. Good Widow Mine hits yet again, and these Widow Mines are just so cost effective for Khloe. Cydinora virtually ignores them in a fight. Has to move these back, has to move these back, has to move these back. does not loses about half the force, and you really need those to chase things down. Ultralisks are now out here in reasonable numbers, but chitinous plating is not done, and we'll try and drive all this back. The Ultras do a lot of damage, particularly given that the Terran force is not upgraded very well, and Cydinora is starting to take control, driving these forces back, which has remained really relatively stagnant. He is now up to +2, up to 2-2, going up to 3-3, but it's been the same composition. He as well is not mining gas from the third, although that is his kind of excess resource that he has available. The fourth base under construction and long distance mining hopefully will get spotted here and taken out by these forces for Cydinora. We'll move down and try and cancel this. Main bases, obviously, for both players are mined out. The naturals are coming pretty close to it, so Khloe does need to establish another base if he plans to continue with this level of production and aggression. Check it in again, just going to cancel it right again. Not even getting the cancel there. And posturing. Now it's Khloe that's actually on the back foot. Supplies are surprisingly even, and the SCV count is decent for 3 bases. I mean, it's really pretty good for 3 bases, but the drone count for Cydinora is finally where we want it to be for her. It's in that high 70 number, and that is so crucial. It's something that she hasn't been really getting at. She's not lost a lot to drops this time around, and she's actually continued to make it even when switching into the unit composition that she has, and that's just so huge. 4 more Ultras are on the way. She's even continuing with more defense, trying to replace it at the 4th base as that comes back up so that she's not sniped off by little groups of forces. And yeah, Khloe, I think a strong army still, and will be 3-3 in just a few seconds, about 10 seconds, but is not, no more of this splashes with the army. The Widow Mines aren't really there anymore. It's all bio, and there's no tanks or anything like that. It's just a pure bio force, and given the number of Banelings and now the number of Ultralisks that are there, it's going to be very hard for him to come onto this creep at all, and there's just more bases than we've seen out of Cydinora. There's more economy than we've seen out of Cydinora. She is not going to run out of money this time around, and that's kind of going to drive him back since he doesn't have a 4th base fully established yet. It is just finishing now. Cydinora still doesn't want to come off creep, but ultimately Khloe will have to eventually engage on it or clear it out, because you're just not going to win against what is still 3 fully mining Cydinora bases, and will soon be a 4th, although the natural will probably be mined out by that time. Even forcing all these stems out of Khloe is actually getting to be a slightly bigger deal. There's not that many medevacs. I mean, there's 7, but like a max army size, you kind of want like 10 or 12 or something, and he's kind of lost them throughout the game to things. Mass Baneling transition or morph in. We've got 30 of them coming, and he's bravely coming onto creep, and I think this is just going to be a massacre. Even Mutus coming back in. Oh my god, so many Banelings. This whole force has to just retreat across the map, and this time there is no reason for Cydinora to stop. She is going to pull off the Kim possible and take out Khloe, I think, in this. Is she going to charge forward into these production facilities, which are so crucial? The Mutas are still alive. They will come now after the medevacs that are camping over this production. And once you're on Terran production, that's kind of their last leg. More reinforcements are just streaming in for Cydinora across the map. She's taking out all these barracks, not even paying attention to these small groups of forces. Lings are just going to overrun everything, going after all the workers. Baneling hits in the main. She's now at almost double the supply as she runs into the natural, which is completely mined out. The only income now coming from this 4th base. Khloe desperately trying to hold things off, does kill off 1 Ultra, trying to hold the ramp and hold this in a choke situation, but unlike past games, Cydinora is not getting stuck there. She's now on the production stuff in the main base and just overrunning all of it. This is the only thing left, the fourth base for Khloe. He has been overrun. He's got 40-something supply left. Cydinora is going to take this. Chaos Reigns is going to have to shut up for a while. And yeah, Cydinora, well-deserved, moving on. Her macro, everything that we've said about her all night that she wasn't doing, she was doing this game. The macro was a lot better. The economy is so much better. The way that she's been attacking, the way she's coordinating is so much better in this last game. And she will move on to the round of 16.